So a lot of activity going on across the Richmond metro area now. You can see that we have more storms to the south as well. We have a few here throughout parts of eastern Brunswick County, and there's more activity coming up from North Carolina. There's a severe thunderstorm warning just to the southwest of South Boston. But here's that one cell that's been kind of blowing up just north of 58 in eastern Brunswick County. That is not severe, but it is a strong storm with some heavy downpours and some winds probably gusting about 30-40 miles an hour, the potential for a little small hail. But the other activity that we've been watching is this up here by Alet moving towards Helmet. That is going to be that warning that lasts for a little while longer for some gusty winds near Alet that's moving towards the Helmet area. But this is the main area of severe weather here, stretching from roughly Short Pump down through the city, down through Chester, and down through the Tri-Cities. You can actually see the camera below me. That's the diamond cam of the thunder and lightning. And if you can see there, you can just see the sheets of rain blowing by a lot of the lights that you see there. In fact, the diamond is in a rain delay now. They put the tarp on about 20 minutes or so ago. They were playing up until about 7:14 or 7:15 or so. And with the heavy rain that's moving in right now, we'll show you that, let me get our different cameras up here. So that's how it looks from our tower cam now. And you can see that's looking towards the southwest of Richmond. And let me take that camera and I'm going to spin it around here. You'll see our tower briefly. So then here we are looking towards the north and then towards the east down West Broad Street. So that is the camera that's downtown. This is the Millionaire camera. There's not a lot going on there just now. There's the Diamond cam, which we showed you, and I can show you here see here in the outfield all the heavy rain that continues to fall there. And let's take a look at our Petersburg camera and look at all the thunder and lightning going on down there in the Tri-Cities. So that's where we have the severe thunderstorm warnings. We also have our after hours cam up at Meadow Event Park. The activity will be moving up into Hanover County shortly, but a lot of the activity right now is in the downtown area down through Chesterfield County, and that's how it looks from our different cameras across our Sky Tracker network. Statewide, we have some scattered thunderstorms. There's a huge batch right across Central Virginia, right in the metro, and you can see we have this line here that extends here from the northern neck back through parts of the Middle Peninsula, down through the metro and the Tri-Cities. And we also have another little boundary here where there are more thunderstorms coming up from the south. So the main activity that we continue to watch stretches from Short Pump down through Richmond and the Tri-Cities. These are severe thunderstorm watch boxes that you see for pretty much a good chunk of Henrico County, almost all of it. The thunderstorm warning that was in effect for most of Chesterfield has been allowed to expire, but it now includes areas like Chester and points eastward down towards the Tri-Cities. The majority of Henrico County is in the severe thunderstorm warning. All of downtown Richmond is, and a chunk of Hanover County now, including up towards about Ashland and over towards Mechanicsville and Alet. This is the leading edge of the heavy rain that's now moving into Mechanicsville, just about into Hanover Farms. It extends back towards Short Pump in the Wyndham areas, moving into Glen Allen now over about the next couple minutes or so. And here is how it is downtown. Here we are right here over towards RIR. We have heavy rain falling down there. I'll throw on a few extra roads here. So there's Monument and there's Burnham and Brooklyn Park Boulevard. So you can see where a lot of the heavy rain is. Out westward, Three Chop Road, and that's near Fordson and also Skipwith and getting towards Gaskins right there. So heavy rain on the west side along I-64 between the Gaskins and Parham, and as you get towards the Glenside exit there. So that's where that warning, the western edge of it, where the heavy rain is right now, extend through downtown. And we've just had an update on this severe thunderstorm warning that just came in for the metro, and still looking at 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and still the potential for some large hail. The area is impacted pretty much all of downtown and most of Henrico County. The heavy rain is beginning to approach near RIC currently. And seeing just another update coming in. Storms are moving about 20, 25 miles an hour. And not only are the strong winds an issue, also some large hail as well. So this is a storm that pretty much is covering all of Richmond and most of Henrico County from Tuckahoe over towards Mechanicsville. This warning, again, that goes until 8 o'clock. And the warning that we have here from the Tri-Cities over towards Montpelier and the Tri-Cities there, that is in effect until 8:15. Last couple scans show that the lightning is increasing across the Tri-Cities area there. Haven't been seeing any couplets, like no rotation in this, but we have been seeing some punches of velocity of some of the stronger winds. And I mentioned this a little while ago. We've been dealing with a lot of hail with this, in some locations anywhere from 1 to 2 inches in diameter. So we have a lot of activity now. This is the hail tracks from about the last 15 or 20 minutes or so. And this is the current radar showing you that the heavy rain now working through Richmond into Mechanicsville. Sorry we're covering over the programming, but we haven't had any real rain here in a long time, much less severe weather. So this rain is coming down in sheets. In terms of how heavy the rain is falling, some of the rain rate with what is coming down now is anywhere from about 1 to 2 inches an hour. Badly needed rain. Some sections about 6 inches below normal for the past couple months or so, or for the year actually, about 3 to 4 inches below normal for the last couple months. So this is badly needed rain, but it's coming down in a very quick amount of time. The lightning is picking up between Chester and Colonial Heights and Hopewell. This storm is continuing to ramp up. The one that's over Richmond is losing lightning. It's continuing to kind of decrease, but it's still a severe thunderstorm with the potential for some gusts over 60 miles an hour, in addition to some large hail. So the strongest part of the storm now just leaving downtown. In fact, see right here, this is the back edge of the heavy rain over towards Varina. So folks here from just south of Glen Allen to over Mechanicsville, Hanover Farms, and over towards RIC, this is where the heavy rain is, and it's tracking to the northeast. So watching us from Glen Allen, Old Church, Ashland, the heavy rain is heading towards you. And as of right now, the storm is still severe with some damaging wind gusts and the potential for large hail. This storm that's down between Chester and Hopewell, this is really ramped up in just about the last 15, 20 minutes or so. So you can see there's 295 and there's 36 and over towards 10. So that's the motion from about the last hour. So you can see it kind of moving through Colonial Heights and Petersburg, and it actually looks like the back edge now of that stronger weather is starting to just get towards the back edge of it towards Colonial Heights and Petersburg. So you folks are seeing the severe weather going away from you. Folks in Hopewell, the severe weather is coming towards you. And as we go just a little bit farther north here, there's the city of Chester, and we'll put there's 10 and 295 there. So between 95 and the section there of 295 and between Route 1, that's where the severe part of the thunderstorm is. That stretches back towards the Chester area again. So we have that severe thunderstorm warning until 8:15, talking about a lot of wind damage potential. Just going to take a quick look and see if we've had any severe weather reports so far. There's one that has come in, and that is a large tree in the Chesterfield Courthouse area. Hail estimated to be around an inch, which is severe there, and that time came in at 7:09. So that's where the storm is coming through. That part of the storm has weakened since then, but you can just see we've had a history of some wind damage with this system, and also a lot of large hail as well. I haven't got any hail reports, but looking at the Doppler scans over the last hour, we were seeing some potential for up to 2-inch in diameter hail. So in addition to the strong winds, dealing with that large hail potential as well. Don't want to leave our friends out to the north and east here. This warning here towards the Alet area is just north of Manquin. This storm is really not moving all that quickly, and that storm there, That goes until 8:15 p.m., and that includes Caroline, Essex, King William, and King and Queen counties. The radar has been tracking this at about 15 miles an hour, but as you watch the last couple scans here, just watch the area just west of Alet down towards Manquin. It's just kind of redeveloping on itself and not making really any northeasterly progress. So I think we could have potentially some poor drainage flooding in that area, just due to the fact that these cells have been going over the same area or training over the same locations. It's kind of interesting that we've been dealing with such a rainfall deficit, and this rain is coming down so quickly and so hard that it may be creating some poor drainage flooding on a lot of soils that are just kind of parched. The thunderstorm that's over Richmond right now, that's in the process of weakening a little bit. The one that's from Chester over towards about Hopewell, that is in the process of ramping up now. So I want to go back and show you a couple of cameras here. So there's the diamond right now. We're out of the worst there. Petersburg, still dealing with some heavy rain, some thunder and lightning. But again, the strongest part of the storm is moving away towards Hopewell. Out by the airport, starting to see some heavy rain there. If you look at the very bottom of the screen towards the lights there, you can see a little bit of the rain at the bottom of the screen. This is our rooftop camera, and you can see just a lot of clouded ground lightning, and this is pointed off towards the east. We're looking down West Broad Street towards the Science Museum, VCU, those areas there, and just look at the amount of clouded ground lightning. We've been mentioning for the last hour, this is the kind of storm you really need to be inside. The squirrels have done the best thing. They have called a rain delay. They're moving people into shelter just due to the amount of clouded ground lightning here. I know there's a lot of football games, a lot of baseball games tonight. These people need to be inside a sturdy shelter, especially like baseball with the metal batting cages and everything like that. You want to be away from tall structures. You want to be away from metal. In a car or inside is the best shelter there. Take a look at our after hours cam. That's at Meadow Event Park. The showers and storms are heading that way. And again, that's how it looks at Richmond International. A little bit of thunder and lightning there that you could see. So that's over at the airport, and this is from downtown looking eastward into eastern Henrico County. So that's the storm that's moving across central Virginia right now. The heaviest of it now has kind of moved out of downtown. We're in the museum district here at CBS 6, and I can hear the amount of rain just kind of starting to decrease pretty rapidly. So this is a storm for Henrico going into Hanover County. It is a lot weaker than it was even just about 30 minutes ago. That's how it looks right now, the current radar. But let's go back about an hour or so ago and watch this as it came through the metro and look at all the thunder and lightning in Chesterfield County. That's where we had some wind damage occur. And as it has moved into Henrico and the city, it is now in the process of weakening. And there's still a severe thunderstorm warning for about another 9 minutes or so. The heaviest activity now is right around Mechanicsville. It's moving into Hanover Farms, Highland Springs. It's just about right over the airport. You can see the heaviest stuff just to the west there. The stronger thunderstorm now is south of Varina. Eastern Chesterfield County stretches down into the Tri-Cities. But again, Colonial Heights and Petersburg, we're kind of on the back edge of this right now. So this is the back edge of the heavy rain, and the thunderstorm is moving in a northeasterly direction. We now just had issued a few moments ago, let me switch maps here quickly. We just had a new flash flood warning issued. I mentioned a little bit ago that with that stationary cell, we'd have that potential for some poor drainage flooding. So a flash flood warning now has been issued for far northeastern Hanover County, just north of Old Church, King and William, and King and Queen counties. But you see it's that polygon that's there that's kind of in the peach segment right there. So that's actually just the alert coming on about the flash flood warning. And we just had a brand new one issued. There is now a flash flood warning for a lot of the metro. This just came out like in the last 3 or 4 seconds. That goes until 11 o'clock as well. There have been some sections that have already gotten up to an inch, inch and a half, and some areas may get another half an inch or inch more. So this is a brand new flash flood warning here for the city and a chunk of Henrico County and a lot of northeastern Chesterfield County. That's where the flash flood warning is. And we'll take a look at the rainfall totals. Let's just take a second for the radar to kind of update. And here are some of the amounts just recently. So the radar is doing about 1 to 2 inches of rain there. But there could be some localized totals over 2 inches, and there's also some hail and some damaging wind gusts that have been occurring in Richmond as well. Here's the rainfall for that other flash flood warning that we've had, and you can see right here, just around Route 30 and just west of 360, we're dealing with some rainfall amounts there between 3 and 4 inches of rain. So definitely this has been some serious rainfall in a short amount of time, especially in areas where the ground has been really parched. So let's back on up just a little bit. You can see there's where the heavy rain has been. There has been more heavy rain down where these other cells have been, especially in western Mecklenburg County. But in those areas, it hasn't reached the point yet where there is flooding. So these are the 2 flash flood warnings right now. It includes Richmond, parts of Henrico County and northeastern Chesterfield County. And then we also have this other one from about Hanover up to northeastern Hanover County, from Old Church up towards about the Helmet area, just west of Aylett. So good news for the Richmond area is that the strongest storm is now moving away and the rain is just kind of tapering down. Farther towards the east, that heavy thunderstorm continues just south of Helmet near Aylett there, and that goes down to Manquin. That is roughly a stationary storm. It is not moving, so that's the reason why there's the flash flood warning there. And a little bit farther south here, from Verina down towards about Prince George, now moving through Hopewell, that's where the other severe thunderstorm warning is now. So we're talking about the strongest part of the storm being right here, and that is what is included in that severe thunderstorm warning. This cell has been moving about 20-25 miles an hour eastward there. So let's put a storm track on that, and that would bring it into Elko by about 8:06, so 10 minutes or less. Montpelier 8:12, and Quinton by 8:22. It may no longer be a severe thunderstorm by that point, but at least that's the time of arrival for that front edge of heavy rainfall. The one thing that has been pretty concerning over the last little bit here is just the amount that the lightning has ramped up with that cell. You can watch here, I'm going to kind of step through over about the last hour, and you watch the cell here in Richmond start to fizzle a little bit in terms of the lightning, but watch the lightning firing up just north of the Tri-Cities there. So that is the stronger of the 2 storms now. We have the severe thunderstorm warning in effect. That goes until 8:15. That could be extended a little bit longer. And we have the flash flood warnings in effect until 11 o'clock tonight. So just double checking a couple things here. 8:15. Okay. Apologize for that. A couple things have been changing as I've been talking to you. So that warning, the severe thunderstorm warning, Tri-Cities, more so Hopewell and points northeast, that's until 8:15. So about another 20 minutes or so. Large hail, damaging wind gusts, a lot of heavy rain, a lot of thunder and lightning. This camera that's right below me here in this box, that is our Old Town Petersburg camera. If you don't recognize it in the foreground, that is the courthouse. So you can just see all the cloud to ground lightning that continues to occur there, in addition to the heavy rain and the potential for some gusts over 60 and some large hail as well. So looking at a couple different things here, just to keep you updated. That cell near Hopewell right now, that could be producing easily 1 to 2 inch in diameter hail right now. Some good news in terms of this is we haven't had any rotation, so we're not talking about any tornadoes or anything like that, but we're dealing with straight line wind damage. So in some sections they're seeing 60-mile-an-hour winds come down, gush out of the cloud, hit the ground, and then it's just a wall of wind going with and ahead of the storm. So the hail and the damaging winds are the primary threats out of this, but that's that severe thunderstorm warning continues until 8:15 for near the Tri-Cities and points eastward. And we have these two flash flood warnings, the one that's kind of near northwest of Alet for parts of King William, King and Queen counties into Essex County, northeastern Hanover County, and this other flash flood warning that goes for the city of Richmond, parts of Henrico County, and northeastern Chesterfield County. That goes until 11 o'clock tonight. So in addition to the severe weather potential, we're also seeing some flash flooding as well. We've been dealing with that due to the fact that we've had some sections that have gotten easily 1 to 2 inches of rain. So far, we haven't gotten any reports of flooding. This be more like kind of poor drainage, stream flooding and stuff like that. But we may get some sections like parts of I-95 or 295 that may actually pond or briefly flood. So you need to keep that in mind if you're traveling in those locations. So the strongest of the weather has now cleared Richmond. It's over towards Highland Springs. So this warning goes until 8 o'clock. It'll probably be allowed to expire there. And this warning that's down just east of Colonial Heights is moving through Hopewell, Varina, southward towards about Prince George. That severe thunderstorm warning goes until 8:15 coming up in just a little bit. Again, with that, the potential for some damaging wind gusts and some large hail as well. Coming up on 7:59, I'll stay with you till the top of the hour here, and we'll start our CBS primetime in just a second. So those are the two severe thunderstorm warnings. We also have that other warning up here between Manquin and Alet there, and those are the sections that have gotten over 3 inches of rain easily in just the past couple of hours. A little bit farther south, heaviest rain moving out of Richmond now. It's stretching from Hanover Farms down towards the airport and down towards the Hopewell area. And again, that camera below me is our Tri-Cities camera, the Old Town Petersburg camera, with the courthouse in the foreground. Just coming up on 8 o'clock here on CBS 6, I've been meteorologist Mike Stone. We'll continue with warnings at the bottom of the screen, and we'll keep you updated. But if you're in the Richmond metro area and points northeastward, be on the lookout for severe thunderstorms with heavy rain, damaging wind gusts, and large hail. Stay with CBS 6, the Weather Authority.